Hello, everyone. My name is Emily, and I'm so happy you're here with me today. I want to take you on a little journey through my day as an English teacher. I'll share with you what my daily life looks like, and along the way, I'll also teach you some useful English words and expressions that you can practice at home. I wake up every morning at 6 o'clock. The very first thing I do is make myself a warm cup of coffee. While drinking my coffee, I like to sit quietly for a few minutes and meditate. This helps me stay calm and focused for the busy day ahead. After that, I prepare my breakfast. Breakfast is the first meal of the day, and for me, it's usually something healthy, like oatmeal with fresh fruit. I always say, a teacher needs energy to teach, so breakfast is very important. Once I've eaten, I get ready for work. This means choosing comfortable clothes, because when you teach, you move around a lot, especially with young kids. I pack my bag with lesson plans, markers, and my laptop. A lesson plan is basically the guide for what I will teach in class that day. By 7:30, I leave my home and walk to the bus stop. My commute, which is the trip to work, gives me a little time to think. On the bus, I often review my notes and come up with new ideas to make my lessons fun and exciting. I believe learning English should never feel boring or stressful. When I arrive at school, I greet my colleagues with a warm smile and say, "Good morning, everyone." Then I go straight to my classroom to get everything ready before the students arrive. My classroom is colorful and full of English books, posters, and a big whiteboard. I like to decorate it with positive quotes like "practice makes perfect" and "never give up." These little words of encouragement help motivate my students. At 8:30, my first class of the day begins. Today, I'm teaching a group of teenagers who are preparing for their English exams. I always start with a warm-up activity to help them relax and get ready to speak English. Sometimes I ask questions like, "What did you do yesterday?" or "Tell me about your favorite movie." This kind of activity gets everyone talking and sets a positive tone for the rest of the lesson. Many people often ask me how I make my English lessons fun and effective. My answer is simple. I use what's called the communicative method. This means I focus on helping my students use English to communicate instead of just memorizing grammar rules. In every lesson, we follow a similar structure. First, we do listening practice, where the students listen to a short story or a conversation. Then they do a speaking activity, talking with a partner about what they heard. After that, we work on vocabulary, which means learning new words from the listening activity. Next, we look at grammar, which are the rules of the language, but I always keep it simple and clear with examples. Finally, we practice and repeat through games or role plays. For example, in today's lesson, we learned words like achievement, challenge, and effort. These words are very useful when talking about school, personal goals, or even life in general. I love seeing my students use these words in their own sentences. It shows me they are really learning and growing. After 2 classes, it's time for a short break. I go to the teacher's lounge, have a cup of tea, and chat with my colleagues. A colleague is someone you work with. During the break, we share funny stories about our students or discuss new teaching ideas. It's always a relaxing time to laugh and recharge before the next lessons. In the afternoon, I teach younger children. Teaching kids is very different from teaching teenagers. Kids need games, songs, and a lot of energy. I use flashcards, which are small cards with pictures or words to help them learn new vocabulary. I also use colorful visuals and storytelling to keep them engaged, which means interested and focused. Sometimes we play a game called Simon Says to practice verbs like jump, run, or clap. Other times, we sing songs to remember the days of the week or the months of the year. These fun activities make learning enjoyable and natural for them. By 3:30 in the afternoon, my last class ends. I tidy up my classroom, organize my materials, and check the students' homework. I always make sure to give feedback to my students. This helps them understand what they're doing well and what they can improve. Even small progress is worth celebrating, and I love encouraging them to keep going. When I leave school, I feel tired but happy. Teaching can be exhausting, but seeing my students grow and become more confident in English makes it all worth it. On the bus ride home, I sometimes listen to an audiobook or simply close my eyes and relax for a few minutes. When I get home, the first thing I do is rest. I might read a book, cook dinner, or spend some time with my family. Reading is one of my favorite hobbies. It not only helps me relax, but also inspires me to bring new ideas into my classroom. After dinner, I usually sit at my desk and prepare lesson plans for the next day. I also check emails from parents and students to answer any questions they might have. Before I go to bed, I like to think about the day and reflect on what went well and what I could do better. Teaching is a journey, and there is always something new to learn, even for me as a teacher. Before I finish this story, I want to share one very important tip with you. If you want to improve your English, listen and repeat every single day. Choose a short English video or audio clip. Listen to it 3 to 5 times a day for 1 week. Then repeat what you hear. This simple habit will help you improve your listening skills and pronunciation very quickly. Remember, learning a language takes patience, practice, and a positive attitude. Never give up, and you will see amazing results. Thank you so much for spending this day with me. Keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, enjoy the process. Happy learning! Learning new words is an important part of improving your English. Here are 10 useful words from Emily's story that you can practice today. Alarm clock. A device that wakes you up at a specific time, usually in the morning. Example, I set my alarm clock for 6 a.m. every day. Breakfast. The first meal of the day, usually eaten in the morning. Example, I always eat a healthy breakfast before going to work. Commute. The trip or journey you take to get to work or school. Example, my commute takes about 30 minutes by bus. Lesson plan. A detailed plan that shows what a teacher will teach during a class. Example, I prepared a lesson plan about vocabulary and grammar. Review. To look at something again to understand or remember it better. Example, I review my notes on the bus before I get to school. Vocabulary. All the words that a person knows or is learning in a language. Example, we learned new vocabulary about travel today. Grammar. The rules of a language, such as how to form sentences correctly. Example, English grammar can be difficult, but practice makes it easier. Flashcards. Small cards with pictures or words used to help students learn. Example, we used flashcards to practice animal names in class. Feedback. Advice or information given to someone about their work or progress. Example, my teacher gave me helpful feedback on my homework. Practice. The act of doing something many times to improve your skill. Example, if you practice English every day, you will get better quickly.